Amazon bought the company my wife worked for. She's now being laid off. Company was great to work for before they were bought out. Once Amazon came in, it just became micromanaging. Work efficiency tracking every single second of the worker's day. Layoffs every quarter, an increase in workload and stress for management that resulted in a lot of departures. After busting her ass for years and making sure she was the top of her crew, she was laid off today. No idea what we are going to do, and with a baby at home the stress really hit us hard. Just a heads up, if Amazon comes for your company, run, because you're gonna be on your way out anyways. I've learned that when a new company buys out your company, it's best to start looking for the door. Prep your resume and start looking for a new job. If somehow you survive the new company layoffs, you will at least get a good idea what opportunities are out there for you. General rules after working for 30 years. 1. If your company is bought, prepare to leave. 2. If your current or new bosses are micromanagers, leave. Point 3. If your company starts putting metrics above all else, leave. Mergers are horrible, and never create a better environment for the employees. They always result in layoffs. Mergers are huge red flags. Treat them as such. Had she stayed, she'd have been expected to pick up the slack for the folks who were laid off. So, maybe a silver lining. The same happens with private equity. They'll suck the company dry and let it go into bankruptcy. Run if a PE firm buys your company. Did she get any severance? I worked for Whole Foods after Amazon bought them, and they pretty much ruined the business. But at least they're making money, right? That sucks. Hope she got some severance and unemployment to carry you through. A relative of mine recently got bought out by Walmart, same thing. Fired. Amazon put my husband's former employer out of business. They can eat a dick. I don't buy from them unless I have a gift card. Previous company I worked at was bought out. They promised no layoffs. I was laid off after a year. Take care of number one. I saw this happen a ton when I worked for Honeywell. I was a contractor for them and did its support. They would buy a company, basically strip mine it for anything of value and incorporate anything useful into their existing profit structure and sell off any leftover assets. Most of the original staff would get laid off or sometimes be transferred over to a spin-off company that is created with everything that's left over, that usually is set up to fail because anything of value that they had is gone now, including whatever they used to make. One golden rule in life: never work for a billionaire. I work at one of those companies currently. I'm on a team that was heavily impacted. The fact that people were barely able to post a goodbye message before their laptops were shut off is so damn heartbreaking. People I've known for years were gone 5 minutes after talking to them. The cherry on top was that we knew almost everyone was going to get laid off 24 hours before. Because it was leaked, people had to deal with that on their mind an entire day. People clocked out wondering if that was going to be their last shift. People went to sleep at night not knowing if they'd have a job in 12 hours. What kind of company was it? Same with Verisk Insurance. They immediately cut our team benefits. I have interviewed for companies that were in the process of getting bought out by Facebook and Google. I dropped out of the interview process as soon as I learned about it. Sounds like most mergers. Usually the acquired company gets the raw end of the deal, with many layoffs and new corporate oversight BS. A couple of old college buddies I know had got laid off after being acquired by a larger company. They said the larger company just wanted the IPs and laid most of the smaller company's scientists and engineers since the larger company had their own staff. Good for massive shareholders and executives who got a cut of the deal. Bad for the worker grunts who actually did the work. Yay, they are a dog company. When I was taking a mental health break from being in the automotive industry for over a decade, I went to Whole Foods and worked in the bakery. Heard Amazon was going to take over and I just decided to no-show after putting in my resignation. Management begged me to stay since I was there for almost a year. Nah. Work currently at an aged care facility as a cook. A while back the facility was bought by a company that owns a few dozen facilities and made a bunch of changes to the menu that was unreasonable to do with our current staff, but they didn't increase our manpower. Just a few months ago that company got bought by an overseas investment firm with assets worth $180 billion USD, and there were talks about getting new equipment and restructuring the roster to make things easier. They cut our hours across the board and we've been waiting on that new equipment for months. Turned my job from the normal amount of suck to absolute hell.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.